Okay, so I'm gonna go through another Addmaths paper today. So this video, I'm gonna go through the Selangor paper, right? So this is the Selangor paper for Addmaths, and it's paper one. It's a trial 2023 lah, right? There's two set. Okay, this one is set one lah. Okay, but there's one more Selangor is set two. But this video, I'm doing the set one. Okay, so so Matematik Tambahan kelas satu. Okay, let's start. Okay, so this is the question number one. Let's read the question first. Diagram one shows the graph of linear function y equals gx and y equals g inverse x. Okay, and they are the reflection of graph in the line y equals x. So yes, you memang kena tahu benda ni ya. If I have satu function gx, right, and I plot it in a, I draw the graph for the gx and the graph for g inverse x, they will they will be the reflection of each other in this line y equals x, right? Okay, so now let's see what they want A here. So A says find the coordinates of B prime if the corresponding coordinates lies on the graph y equals gx. So let's look at this. B prime is here, right? And you can see A prime, B prime, B prime, these are all points on the G inverse X. And if you look at GX punya garisan, they call it A, B, and C. Okay, so if this is the corresponding point for B, then the B prime coordinate will be 1, 3, right? Because point B is 3, 1, then point B prime will be 1, 3. So that's the answer for A, 1, 3. Okay, let me explain why. Let me explain why you can terbalikkan the X coordinate and the Y coordinate. Because this and this, they are inverse of each other, right? And what is inverse? Inverse means you terbalikkan your object and your image. And guess what's the x-axis? X-axis is the object. And guess what's the y-axis? That's the image. So can you tell me when you do inverse, what happens here? Your image becomes the object and your object becomes the image. It means your x coordinate become the y coordinate and your y coordinate become the x coordinate. That is why 3, 1, the corresponding point for B in the inverse linear graph would be 1, 3, right? So can you tell me what is C prime then? It would be 3, 4, right? Yeah, same concept. You just terbalikkan the object and the image. It means the X and Y coordinate just cut apart. Yeah, just terbalikkan. Same with the A prime. You can, you know the coordinate for this. Point A is 2.50, so A prime will be 0, 2.5, right? But for soalan A, they only ask for B prime, right? So yeah, that's the answer. The B prime coordinate is 1, 3. Okay, sudah siap. So I don't think this is worth a lot of marks. Maybe just 1 marks only lah for A. Okay, for B says using function notation, express G in terms of X. It means they want to find function Gx lah. That's what they want. They want to find function Gx. So if you want to find function Gx, it's very easy. You just look at all the lines you have here. I mean all the points. Okay, because these points will tell you what is the object and what is the image. So we have the first point, which is 2.5. And it links to 0. And then 3, when 3 is the object, the 1 is the image. And then when 4 is the object, 3 is the image, right? But if you look at this, it's very difficult. You know, it's very difficult to know what is the relation, what is the, macam mana nak pergi daripada object to image, right? It's very difficult to know. So let me show you another method to do. You can find the equation of this straight line. Yeah, you can find the equation of straight line, because when you find the equation of straight line, then you will know what is the connection here, right? What is the relation here? So how to find equation? Well, this is a straight line, so mestilah dia akan jadi y equals mx plus c, right? And of course, we need the m and the c. M is the gradient, c is the y-intercept. So for gradient m, you can choose any 2 points on this line. So I'm going to choose point B and point C lah. So I'll take y minus y, 3 minus 1, divide x minus x, 4 minus 3. Okay, this is the formula for gradient, by the way. You take y minus y, divide x minus x. Of course, you want to take point A and point B, can also, you will get the same answer. 3 minus 1 is 2, 4 minus 3 is 1. So the gradient is 2. So now I know my gradient is 2, therefore my equation will be y equals 2x plus c. C is the y-intercept. And if you tengok daripada diagram, you tak dapat pun dia punya y-intercept. Hello, 2.5 is not y-intercept. Tengok betul-betul. 2.5 is the x-intercept. The y-intercept is actually way down. It's way below here, right? And you can't see it because you have to panjangkan the line baru you nampak dia punya y-intercept. It means you don't have lah. It means you don't know the y-intercept. So if you don't know the y-intercept, what you can do is you have to sub x and y inside your equation. Because look at this equation. If you want to find c, it means all you need to have is just the x and y, right? Do you agree? But of course, the x and y, you cannot simply sub with any point you want. It has to be a point that got passes through. A point yang ada passes through baru boleh sub. So which point got passes through? point A, point B, or point C lah. So any of these point you can sub inside. But let's use point C 4.3. But if you want to use 3.1 or 2.50, can also, you get the same answer. Eh? So X I will sub 4, Y I will sub 3. And after I sub, I can find my C. Okay. So Y is 3, it goes to 2X. X is 4 plus C. So your C will be 3 minus 8, which is -5. So your answer comes out already, Y equals 2X minus 5. But that is the equation of straight line, right? But the soalan asks us to express function g. So I'm going to change my y to gx now, all right? Because uh, actually it's the same thing. Y and gx is the same thing, but I recommend writing in gx because that's what the question wants. And then equals to 2x minus 5. And that's the answer. This is the answer, right? And if you still not confident, if you still don't believe me, you can try to go back to this arrow diagram and try to take your object, which is 2.5, and then you try to check betul tak dia punya connection adalah 2x minus 5. So imagine, okay, object means x, and then this will be your image. In this case is gx lah. So let's try. If I take x 2.5 and I ganti dalam, betul ke saya dapat 0 for my image? So 2.5 sub inside x. 2.5 times 2 is 5. 5 minus 5. And you see you really get 0. What about when object is 3? 3 sub inside x. 3 times 2, 6. 6 minus 5, 1. Oh, match juga. So 4 times 2, 8. 8 minus 5, 3 also. You see, all these three object you sub inside, you will get the image. Yeah, the image memang sama dengan image yang dia tulis. It means your answer is correct already lah. This is the correct answer. Okay, so I hope you understand my explanation. Okay, there's another method to find equation of straight line. If you don't want to use this method, you can also use this formula, y minus y1 equals gradient x minus x1. All right, can also, if you want to use this formula, you will get the same equation, which is y equals 2x minus 5. Right, you will end up with this also, right? If you use this formula, okay? So up to you lah, which formula you want to use, right? Okay, I'm done with the explanation. Okay, let's continue with question number 2. Let's read. Arif offers parcel packaging service. So he's like one of these, like, how to say, he provides service for customer, and the service he provide is like the package parcel packaging. So the cost price per package is 4 ringgit 50 cents. So this is the cost price. So I'm just gonna write cost here to remind myself it's cost. And the selling price is 5 ringgit 30 cents. So this is the selling price, which is SP. It means, can I find the profit? Yes, because the formula for profit is to take the selling price minus the original cost. Okay, let's see what they want. On average, he spends 120 ringgit on the postage charge for N parcels. Oh, okay. So there's N parcels, okay, but the postage you bayar sekali saja, 120 ringgit. You faham maksud saya? Because you will not send one parcel. No, you will send a lot of parcel, right? And when you send a lot of parcel, you only have to pay 120 ringgit sekali. Okay, for all the parcels you want to send, for N lah. Okay, I think I understood the question now. Let's read A and see what it wants. If F represents profit of parcel packaging service, express F in terms of N. I think this is another function question. Okay, instead of writing Fx, I'll write Fn here. All right, because F represents profit, and then in terms of N means N is the object. Or you can also say N is the number of parcel lah. Number of parcel, that's the object, right? So how can I calculate profit? I just told you, right? You will take the 4 ringgit 50 cents. Sorry, you will take the 5 ringgit 30 cents, okay, minus with 4 ringgit 50 cents. This is how you calculate profit. But this is the profit for per package. Okay. Imagine having N parcels, N package. It means you have to multiply with N. Do you understand? Because if you take 5.3 minus 4.5, you will only get the profit for one parcel. But there's like N parcel, right? So that's why you have to multiply with N afterwards. All right. Okay, if some student they want to write like this, 5.30 N minus 4.50 N. Okay, can also. Yang ini dengan yang ini adalah benda yang sama. All right. So this one is correct. This one is also correct. But they got mentioned something about spending 120 ringgit for the postage charge. So I think your profit will minus 120, because if you spend this amount yourself, then your profit will be kurang. So it makes sense, right? So you faham why you have to minus 120. And now you just simplify this whole thing, then you will get the answer. So first thing first is I'll expand 5.3N minus 4.5N minus 120, right? And then you press calculator. 5.3 minus 4.5. All right, my calculator gives me 0.8, right? So that's the answer, 0.8 minus 120, right? It means the formula to calculate profit is take the 0.8 times with the number of parcels minus 120. This is the formula that we can use to find profit. Okay. Okay, let's go to B now. B says what? Find the value of N to get return capital. What does it mean by get return capital? It means your cost price, your cost price and your selling price is the same. Is the same because if your cost price and selling price is the same, it means you will get back your return capital. Macam tu, you faham ah? So let's talk about the profit formula. What is the profit formula? You take the selling price minus the cost price, right? That's how you calculate profit. But if they say you want to get back your return capital, it means your selling price and cost price is the same value. It means it will become cost price minus cost price already. Okay. It means your selling price is same. And what is cost price minus cost price? Zero. It means what you do is you will to get back return capital, your profit will be zero, right? But you already have your profit equation, which this is the formula to find profit, right? 0.8 minus 120. So now what I will do is I will take 0.88 minus 120 equals zero terus. Okay, because the profit is zero. If you want to get back your return, yeah, that means you earn zero profit lah. That's what it means. And you can find N easily here. Just tekan, okay, negative 120 move there, become 120, and then divide 0.8. So my calculator, let me press. Okay, my calculator give me 150. And this 150 represents number of parcel. Okay, yeah, 150. So I'm just going to write parcels here, right? Yeah, so hope you understand. Okay, 4 marks. Okay, quite easy lah, this one question. Okay, let's go to number 3. I think this is a indices log punya soalan, right? So let's do let's do A. So let's read. Show that 6 power k plus 2 plus 6 power k plus 1 minus 18 6 power k is divisible by 24 for all positive integers values of k. Okay, this question you tengok in the middle is plus minus 1. So if it's plus minus you cannot merge these 3 inside jadi satu dia tak boleh combine jadi satu lah. You cannot merge these 3 become 1 because it's plus minus. If it's times divide, then only it's possible. All right, because you learn about law of indices. If I have a power m times a power n, you can merge them together, become a power m plus n. But it have to be times. It has to be times. Baru boleh buat macam ni. Then kalau divide a power m divide a power n, kalau base sama divide, then it becomes a power m minus n. But only you can merge like this, combine when it's times or divide. If it's plus minus, cannot. Yeah, there's no formula that you can use to merge these 3 into 1. So instead, what you will do? Instead of merging, then what you do? What's the opposite word for merging? Separate lah. It means you separate everything instead. How you separate? So instead of going here, doing it like this, you will do it terbalik. You will do it terbalik. It means you will change from a power m plus n to this. It means you pecahkan dia lah. So for example, 6 power k plus 2. It will become 6 power k times 6 power 2. You understand, right? Because look at this formula. If I tell you a power m times a power n is a power m plus n, it means a power m plus n, I can separate them, jadi balik a power m times a power n. So it's the same concept. 6 power k plus 2, you, how to say, you separate them, become 6 power k times 6 power 2 lah. And then plus, so saya pun tulis plus, 6 power k plus 1, I also separate like this using this formula. It's just that I do it in reverse. So it becomes 6 power k times 6 power 1. And then the last one is minus 18. Okay, this 6 power k cannot separate already. You can only separate when the power got plus minus like this. Then only it's possible to separate into two things here. But if it's like just 6 power k, it means there's nothing you can separate. So I'm just going to write it like this, right? And now I will just try to simplify this, okay? So maybe some of you will get confused by this. Hey, sir, what is divisible by 24? Okay, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. This one is like, okay, if you see the exam question ask you to say like, oh, show that it's divisible by some number like that, you just it means they just want you to simplify. They just want you to simplify until the end, and then if your final answer can divide 24, then yeah lah, then it's shown lah. That's all, right? So don't worry too much about like all this one. Don't worry too much. What you have to worry about is just simplifying this to the simplest form. That's all. Yang ini semua tak payah serabut, tak payah confuse. You just simplify to the simplest form, then can already. Okay, let's simplify this. 6 power k. Okay, 6 power k actually you don't know. You cannot do, right? You tak boleh buat. Sebab you tak tahu nilai k, right? So yang tak boleh buat I always tell my student to bungkus. Bungkus means you put a bracket like this, right? Then what about the 6 power 2? Okay, yang 6 power 2 boleh buat, yang tu buat lah. 6 power 2 is 36. Okay, you can tulis belakang if you want. Okay, but you want to tulis depan also can, right? Depan belakang tak penting. Yang penting is dia kena darab lah. And then plus, okay, next one, 6 power k tak boleh buat. So bila tak boleh buat, I just bungkus, means I put bracket. And then 6 power 1 is 6. And the 6 you can tulis belakang pun boleh, depan pun boleh. Okay, but I like to tulis depan lah. And don't forget it's darab. And then minus 18 6 power k. And after you reach here, you can see that semua benda yang you letak bungkus tadi, is all 6 power k, 6 power k, 6 power k. So it means ada 3 rumah dekat sini, 3 rumah, and 3 rumah ada 6 power k. It means you can factorize out the 6 power k like this. Okay, it means you take out 6 power k from semua 3 rumah ni. So in the first rumah, after you take out 6 power k, you left with 36. And then the second rumah, when you take out 6 power k, you left with 6. And then the third rumah, when you take out 6 power k, you left with minus 18. When I say take out means bahagi, it means like I factorize. Okay? So now I left with 6 power k, and I'll just press all this, I'll get 24. Okay. After I get 24, then that's the answer already lah. Because they say show that this thing is divisible by 24, right? So it's shown already, yeah. Okay. So I'll just write shown. Okay. Because if this answer have 24, it means when you divide 24, it's divisible lah, because you can cut the 24, right? So yeah, so what if they say divisible by 59? Then just make sure your final answer got 59 there lah. Because if you got 59 means you can divide by 59. That's what it means. So understand, yep, I think that's all. So sudah siap. All right, so now let's do B. So B says what? It is given that 5 power A equals S, 5 power B equals T. Express this whole thing in terms of A and B. Okay, if you look at the information yang dia bagi information yang tak ada log punya, right? Is they give you in indices form, index form. This one we call it index form. But the one yang dia suruh kita cari ada log. So macam mana? Kita jadikan information dia supaya ada log. So let's write down the information. 5 power A equals S, 5 power B equals T. So this is in index form. So what I want to do now is jadikan supaya yang ni pun ada log. Because later I have to buat soalan yang ada log punya. So how to jadikan index form jadi log punya form. Okay, very easy. Just focus on the number base. So what is the number base here? 5, right? So 5, the number base can move it to the other side. And when you move to the other side, the number base become log base, right? And then the S is still here and the A is still here. But the A is not the power anymore. It becomes like a normal number already. Okay, next one. Same thing. Number base is 5. When it move to the other side, it becomes the log base, right? And then the rest still sama lah. T is still here, B is still here. But the B becomes the number already lah. Okay, after you buat macam ni, sekarang baru you buat soalan yang dia bagi. Log base 25 S square over 5T. So this is the soalan yang dia suruh cari. So if you look at the information, okay, now I will not look at these two already. I will only focus on this and this, right? Because my soalan ada log. So of course saya kena tengok information yang ada log. Okay, so how to do? Well, very simple lah. First thing is to check base. Whenever we do indices log question, we always same base. If it's not same base, you cannot continue. So just if it's not the same base, then there's nothing you can do. So if you look at the log base here, information log base 5, but the soalan is log base 25. So straight away you cannot continue already because the base is not the same. So the first step should be changing base. So do you know how to change base? Okay, why the line so? Okay, wait. Okay, so the formula to change base is you have to, let's say you have log A base B, right? And you want to change to log base C. Then you just do like this. Log A tulis atas, log B tulis bawah. And then the base yang you nak tukar just tulis atas dengan bawah, right? So this is the formula. Okay, let's apply this. So I want log base what now? I want to change base 5, right? So it will be log base 5, log base 5. And then log punya number, saya kena tulis atas. S square over 5T. And then log punya base 25, saya kena tulis bawah. Right? This is the formula to change base. Okay, let's continue. What is log 525? You get 2. Right? You get 2. And then yang atas, okay, this is single log bahagi. Single log bahagi, you can change to separate log minus. This one you belajar in law of logarithm. If you have single log and then divide, you can separate, become separate log minus. So it becomes log 5 S power 2 minus, and then log 5, 5, and then minus again log 5t. Because this t dia duduk bawah also. So it's bahagi. So bahagi means times. Sorry, bahagi means minus. Bahagi bila kita tukar jadi separate law become minus, right? But if it's darab then jadi plus lah. Okay. Okay, some student might ask me this. Hey, sir, this one 5 and t, I thought the hubungan here is darab, so you should write plus. No, 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 no. Hey, if the t duduk bawah means bahagi. Okay, yeah, even though it's like beside the 5, right? But if it duduk bawah means bahagi. So that's why bahagi jadi minus, right? Okay, sampai sini, the 2 boleh buat apa? The power. The power 2 can tulis depan, right? So when you tulis depan, you get the answer already. So the answer is 2 and then log s base 5. I remember I have already. It's this one. Log s base 5 is a. So 2a minus. Log 5 is 1. Okay, when the log number, log base same, you can cut jadi 1. And then minus log t base 5, that's b. And that's the answer. Okay, so that's it. Okay, hope you understand. Let's continue. Okay, number 4. This is a permutation combination question. Okay, let's read. Joviana arranged 8 bits with a different patterns to form a bracelet. Okay, let's talk about circular permutation. Circular permutation. Okay, where should I put the notes? Okay, I just write it here lah. So let's talk about circular permutation. So circular permutation, the formula is you will take n minus 1 factorial or n factorial divide n. Okay, this is when you arrange in a circle. For example, if let's say I want to arrange 5 in a circle, then the formula will, you cannot write 5 factorial. It has to be 5 minus 1 baru factorial. Or you can also do 5 factorial divide 5. Okay, both this formula will give you the same answer. Okay, now let's talk about what if it's a bracelet slash necklace question, right? So if it's a bracelet necklace question, so I'm going to write here bracket bracelet or necklace question. So for bracelet necklace question, the formula you have to divide 2. Okay, the formula will be like this, right? You know why? Because for bracelet necklace, the direction is not important. The clockwise arrangement and the anti-clockwise arrangement, we count it as 1. We say it's the same for bracelet necklace. Kalau ada nampak perkataan bracelet necklace lah, baru you kena bahagi 2, right? So that's why the formula is not n minus 1 factorial, is n minus 1 factorial divide 2. And this one also, dia ada 2 dekat sini. Alright? And you can use this and this also, they both will give you the same answer. Okay? Alright. Now we have our form. Now we know this. Now we can answer this question already. So you want to arrange 8, right? So if you want to arrange 8, it will be 8 minus 1 factorial divide 2 because it's a bracelet. Okay, but then they say calculate number of permutation if all the bits are used. So yeah, this one is like very easy. You just use this formula, 8 minus 1 factorial and then divide 2. That's the answer. What if you want to use this formula, 8 factorial divide 2 times 8? Can also lah. You get the same answer. You get the same answer. Okay, you can try yourself. Okay, so 7p7, because 7 factorial, 8 minus 1 is 7, right? And then divide 2. Okay, if you press correctly, you will get 2520. Okay, so that is the answer. Right, that's the answer. Okay, let's talk about second question. Second question says only 5 bits are used. So it means I will not use this formula already. Okay. Wait. Did I mention something wrong here? Okay, this one is not n factorial actually. It's actually NPR. I silap, sorry class. I write my notes very fast just now. So I say got 2 formula, right? N minus 1 factorial divide 2 ataupun n factorial. Actually, yeah. This one also correct. What I write here is correct, but there is one more actually, because sometimes it's NPR. Yeah. And if it's NPR, you have to divide R. Okay, you have to divide R. This is the formula. Okay. But kalau ada bracelet necklace, have to divide 2 again lah. Kalau bracelet necklace. And this question, they got say bracelet, right? So let's do number 2. Only 5 bits are used. Okay, this one, you cannot use these 2 formula. You know why? Because for the factorial, is when you take 8p8, when you use all the bits, then baru you guna 8p8. So for this question, you actually have to go with this formula, which is 8p5, NPR 8p5, and then divide with 5 because it's circular, and then divide with 2 because it's a bracelet. Yeah, this is how you do it. Okay, so you press 8p5 divide 10 in your calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 672. So that is the answer. Okay, so yeah, very simple actually. You just have to remember the formula. Okay, all right, let's do B now. Khairul has 6 shirts, 8 pairs of trousers, 3 pairs of shoes. Determine the number of ways to choose. So the keyword here is choose. So choose means you will use combination. You will use C to do. So choose how many? 3 shirts, 3 trousers, 2 pairs for his camping trip. So from 6 shirts, you want to choose 3, 6C3. 8 pairs trousers, you want to choose 3 trousers, 8C3. 3 shoes, you have to choose 2 as well. And then times. Why times? Because you are choosing this and this and this for the camping trip. So they are all happening at the same time. They are not separate event. This is one event. That's why you have to times. If it's separate event, then you have to plus. Okay. So now you press calculator. Okay, let me press 6C3 times 8C3 times 3C2. Okay, my calculator give me 3360. So just write it there, 3360. So 2 marks. Okay, so that's it. Very easy. Okay, let's do number 5 now. I think this is quadratic chapter. Let's read. Diagram 5 shows the graph of curve y equals modulus x minus m squared plus 1 minus n. Okay, if you look at this, this equation looks like, look at this form. It's actually the vertex form. Do you agree? It looks like the vertex form. Because when you see bracket square and then belakang ada something, then you know it's vertex form already, right? So if it's vertex form, it means we can take out the turning point, right? But the M and N dia tak bagi lah. And also the other satu benda, the other modulus. Okay, so this equation is actually in vertex form. It's just that the other modulus. Itu saja. Itu saja. The other modulus. And then they say the turning point is 3, 4. Okay, they already labeled for me the turning point 3, 4. And then they say point P and Q are on the x-axis. It means P and Q is the roots lah. Okay. Okay, I want to ask you, why the graph looks so weird? Why not just look like this? Like why it looks like this, like this, like this? Why it looks like this? Because of the modulus lah. Because when you modulus, the how to say, the graph below the x-axis will reflect ke atas. That's why it ends up looking like this. Okay, but it's still a quadratic curve. It's just that the other modulus itu je, right? Okay, let's do A now. Let's see A what it wants. State the turning point for the graph of curve y equals x minus m squared plus 1 minus m. All right, they want a state turning point, right? Can I write 3, 4? Can I write 3, 4? No. No, I cannot write 3, 4 because they don't want the turning point for this equation. They want for this equation. And if you look at this equation, it looks similar to this, but it's not the same equation, right? What's different about these two equations? Yang atas punya equation ada modulus, yang ini tak ada modulus. So imagine if tak ada modulus, what would be your turning point? It will be 3, negative 4. Because if tak ada modulus means they don't want you to reflect atas. And if you don't want to reflect atas, it means the curve, the original curve like this, the turning point will be, it will be 3 also because the x coordinate will be same, right? But the y coordinate is definitely negative 4 because if the distance here between here is 4 unit, then when you reflect here also 4 units one. That's why it's 3, negative 4. Okay, hope you understand why the answer is 3, negative 4. Okay, I'm gonna erase all this. So that's the A answer lah. So I think this is only worth 1 marks. Yeah. So let's do B now. B says state the equation of axis of symmetry for the curve if the graph moves 2 units to the right. So let's write down the equation of axis of symmetry. So what is the equation of axis of symmetry? Well, the axis of symmetry is here. So it's x equals 3 lah. But they say the graph moves 2 units to the right. It means the x coordinate is not 3 anymore. It becomes 5 already because if the whole thing move to the right, I have to plus 2 lah. So your new axis of symmetry become x equals 5. Okay, so that's it lah. That's the answer. Okay, so easy. Okay, Addmaths. All right, so sudah siap. Now we do last question, part C. So part C says state the value of m and n. Okay, where is m and n? Oh, okay, I know now. So macam mana nak buat? Okay, we have the turning point 3, 4, but do we want to use this equation to find mn or this equation to find mn? They're actually the same, right? It's just that satu tak ada modulus, right? But actually, I would use this one. Okay, I feel like it's more easy to use this one because if I use this one, there's no modulus. And I also know the turning point for the curve yang tak ada modulus is 3, negative 4, right? So I'm going to write down this equation down. So it will be y equals bracket x minus m square plus 1 minus n. Yang ni tak ada modulus punya. And can you tell me, yang tak ada modulus punya, dia punya turning point berapa? Dia punya turning point 3, negative 4, right? Bukan 3, 4, because kalau tak ada modulus, it will go down until 3, negative 4. I already explained just now, right? So that's why the turning point for this equation is 3, negative 4. But since this is already in vertex form, it means we can take out the turning point, right? And then compare with 3, -4, right? So the x coordinate, this will tell you the x coordinate, and this at the back will tell you the y coordinate. So the x coordinate will be m, all right? Because -m, when you take out, you have to tukar tanda one. For the x coordinate, when you take out, is you always have to tukar tanda, right? Tukar tanda means plus jadi minus, minus jadi plus. So minus m become positive m, and then the 1 minus n, the one whatever at the back, the whole thing that will be the y coordinate like this, right? And then you can just compare x dengan x, y dengan y, then you get the answer D. So the m is equals to 3 because the x coordinate and the x coordinate, they can connect together. And then y coordinate, they can connect also. So 1 minus n equals -4. So n equals to, wait, did I write correctly? 1 minus n equals -4. So n equals, okay, wait, is this -4 or, okay, wait, x minus m square plus 1 minus n. Uh, Let me think about this. 3 -4, m 1 minus n. 1 minus n equals -4, right? Because 1 plus 4. Okay, if I do it like this, my n is 5, right? But the schema bagi lain punya jawapan. So I'm thinking what mistake I make here. The turning point for this is 3 -4, right? So m is 3 lah. And then 1 minus n is equals to -4. So n is 5. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure why the schema give me different answer, but let's use this equation and see what happens. Let's use this equation. Okay. So if I use this equation, what's going to happen? Modulus x minus m square plus 1 minus n to top modulus. But for this equation, the turning point is not 3 -4, it's 3, 4. Okay, it's 3, 4. So it means m equals to 3, 1 minus n equals 4, and then n equals -3. So you get a different answer, right? Different answer than this one. So which one is the correct one? Okay, the schema bagi yang ni lah. The schema answer is this one, right? But I have a feeling that the schema is wrong, but I'm not sure lah. I'm actually not sure because they got put modulus, right? This one is without the modulus. Because if the n is 5, then 1 minus 5 is -4. Then only the turning point can be 3 -4. Then only when you modulus, it will become 3, 4, right? But if I follow this question, but if I follow this answer, then it will become +1 minus -3, which is 1 plus 3, and you will get, okay, +4 also. So, which one? N equals 3, 1 minus n equals. So the problem is we don't know whether to take the 1 minus n equals 4 or -4, right? That's the issue now. Because if I take 1 minus n equals 4, I will get different answer. But if I take 1 minus n equals -4, it will be different answer, right? So the y coordinate, do you put the 4 or -4? Okay, tak apalah. I'm just gonna stick with this working. Right? I'm just gonna follow my gut feeling. I'm gonna follow my intuition here and say this is the correct answer. Okay, but it's different with the schema lah. But I'm not sure. So if any of you know the explanation to this, or you realize I did something wrong, you can tell me in the comment. Okay, but I think I'll stick with this. Yeah, I will say that the answer is 3 and 5. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna leave it at that and continue. Okay, all right, let's go. Okay, let's go to number 6. So number 6, I think this is a coordinate geometry question. Let's read. Solution by scale drawing is not accepted. Okay, no problem. Diagram 6 shows the position of a school and a stall on a Cartesian plane. So where is the school? So this one is school, scholar, and then this one is stall, right? Because they got label here, right? They say this one is school, this one is stall. Okay, and then it says David's house is at the position of 1/3 on the straight run from school to stall. Okay, what I will do now is I will join a line from school to stall, and David's house is somewhere along this line, somewhere on the line. But they say it's 1/3. 1/3. So what it means, it means from Okay, they also got say from school to stall, right? It means David's house is 1/3. So David's house must be here then. And this will be ratio 1, this will be ratio 2. Okay, David's house is 1/3 from school to the store. That's why it's 1/2. Okay, understand, right? Bukan 1/3 ah. If 1/3 salah already. Right? It has to be 1/2. That's why it's 1/3 lah. So the distance here is actually 1/3 of the whole thing. Okay. Okay, hope you understand. Now let's read bawah. Determine the point of position of David's house. So I need to find out the coordinate for David's house, right? So XY, I don't know. Hence, find the distance between David's house and school. Okay, for the distance, you can use distance formula later, right? I'm gonna write down the distance formula now. It will be square root x minus x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. This is the distance formula. But before you use this formula, you need to have the David house punya coordinate dulu, right? So how to find David house? Well, you have the school coordinate, you have the stall coordinate, and you have the ratio. This is the perfect condition to use the point C formula. I call it the point C formula lah in my class, right? So I call it the point C formula, but you yeah, you like sometimes different teacher they call it different name, right? So I call it the point C formula, and the formula is like this. If you want to find this point, okay, I will just write David's house. Maybe I'll just write uh I'll just write point for David's house lah. Okay. So point for, okay, I just write position lah, position better. Okay. Position of David's house. Positions of David's house. And the formula will be very similar to the midpoint formula. Do you remember what's the midpoint formula? X plus x divided 2, y plus y divided 2, right? But you cannot do x plus x divided 2, y plus y divided 2 for this because the distance here and the distance here is not the same. If they are the same, then you can use midpoint lah, because midpoint means they are exactly in the middle. But this one you cannot use midpoint, you have to use the point C formula. I call it the point C formula, and the formula works this way. You have to darab silang. You have to take point yang hujung, which is the school and the stall, and you have to darab silang. Darab silang means you have to darab ratio yang jauh. So this school coordinate have to darab ratio yang jauh. Okay, which is 2. And then stall kena darab juga ratio yang jauh 1. Can you see the other silang? That's why I call it darab silang. Okay. Tak boleh ambil school darab 1, stall darab 2. Tak boleh. Itu memang salah. Right? Because if you buat darab macam ni, tak ada silang. Okay. So this is the correct way. And what about yang bawah? Yang bawah is you take the ratio tambah together. So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2. Okay. And yang atas is darab silang lah. So just now I already said the school coordinate, which is 3, 1, have to times 2. So it will be 3 times 2, 1 times 2. So the 3 times 2 I'll write here. The 1 times 2 I have to write here. Why? Because 1 is the y coordinate. So y coordinate, you have to write at y coordinate lah. Because it's 1 is like after the comma. So after comma, I have to write 1. Okay, what about the stall punya? The stall punya coordinate is 12, 7, but this one I have to darab with 1. So it will be 12 times 1, 7 times 1. 12 is x coordinate, so tulis depan. 7 is y coordinate, so 7 times 1 tulis belakang. And if there's nothing in between means plus here. And if you calculate this, you will get the answer. 3 times 2, 6, 6 plus 12, 18, 18 divided 3, 6. 2 plus 7, 9 plus 9 divided 3 is 3, right? So this is the answer. But this is only part 1. There's still, I want you to find something else. The distance between David's house and school. So I'm gonna find the distance now, right? Okay, I need more space. So I'm gonna make this smaller. Okay, so I'm gonna find the distance now. So I'll draw a line right like this and then write distance. So the formula, I already write it up here. It will be square root bracket square plus bracket square. In the first bracket, it will be x minus x. The second bracket, it will be y minus y, right? And since you are finding distance between David and school, then you will use the David coordinate and the house coordinate. So David coordinate is 6, 3, and they say with school, right? So school coordinate is how much? School coordinate is 3, 1, right? 3, 1. So the formula is x minus x. So you can take 6 minus 3, or you want to take 3 minus 6 also can. So 6 minus 3, and then y minus y, which is 3 minus 1. And now you will get square root. 6 minus 3, 3, 3 square, 9. 3 minus 1, 2, 2 square, 4. So you end up with square root 13, right? Okay, 13 is not a perfect square. So I'm just going to leave it like this. The square root 13 units. Okay, that's the answer. Okay. If you want to press in your calculator, square root can also, you will get 3 point something. Can also if you want to write in decimal. But for me, personally, when I get like, when I know the answer cannot square root, I will just leave it like this. Okay. But it's up to you. You want to write in decimal form also can. Right? Okay, sudah siap. Okay, let's continue. Number 7. I think this is a probability distribution question. Let's read. Table 7 shows the blood sugar level classification based on the guideline by the World Health Organization, WHO. So these are all blood sugar level. So if your blood sugar level low, it means your measurement is in between 1 and 3. Okay, 1 and 3. But if your measurement is like 3, in between 3 to 10, then you have normal blood sugar level. And if your measurement is more than 10, then you have high blood sugar level. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Let's see what else they say here. It is found that the blood sugar level of a community has a normal. Okay, I see the word already, normal. So definitely this is probability distribution and it's normal distribution. And you need to use the jadwal to do later. Do you know the jadwal? The jadwal they will provide to you in exam one. Okay. But sometimes you will baca dari luar, sometimes you will baca dari dalam, right? Depending on the question. So let's see what this question wants. Has a normal distribution with a mean of 5.5 and a variance of 4. So mean equals to 5.5, variance equals to 4. This is the symbol for variance. 4. And let me tell you, when you're doing normal distribution, you will always use the mean and standard deviation. Because the formula to change to z is take the x minus mean bahagi standard deviation. This is the formula that we use to convert from x value to z value. Okay, and when you tengok jadual you gonna make sure it's z value baru boleh tengok jadual. That is why I will straight away convert the variance to standard deviation now. So what is square root 4? You will get 2, right? We will not write the negative answer because standard deviation variance tak ada negative punya, right? So later I will use this mean and standard deviation for you to convert to z later. And then it says individual with low or high blood sugar level should undergo treatment. So which one have to undergo treatment? This one and this one. Okay, for low and high you have to undergo treatment. But if you're normal, then you don't need to undergo treatment. If an individual is randomly selected from the community, find the probability that the individual has low blood sugar level. So they want to find probability. It means later when you baca jadual, you kena tengok dari luar or tengok dari dalam. You kena tengok dari luar actually. Because you have the Z value and you are trying to find the probability. That's why you have to tengok dari dalam and you have to tengok dari luar and your answer will be dalam here. So you tengok dari luar lah maksudnya. Alright? But there is also question yang dia bagi probability. If they bagi probability, then you have to tengok dari luar lah. Tengok dari dalam. Kalau dia bagi probability, you tengok dari dalam. Alright? Okay, now we can start doing this question. So they only want to find probability that has low blood sugar level. So blood sugar level low is when your blood pressure is in between 1 and 3. So I'm going to write here probability for X is in between 1 and 3, right? And the first step is very important, change to Z first, okay? Because later you have to tengok jadual. If you don't change to Z, you cannot tengok jadual, right? So the X change to Z, and then what happened to the X value 1? You have to minus with mean 5.5 divide standard deviation 2. That's the formula, okay? What about the X3? It will be 3 minus mean 5.5 divide standard deviation 2. And then now you can press calculator and see what you get. So let me press my calculator now. So 1 minus 5.5. And then equals, and then answer divide 2. Okay, my calculator give me negative 2.25. So write it down lah. Negative 2.25. And then this one, what about this one? Press calculator also. 3 minus 5.5 and then divide 2. Okay, my calculator give me negative 1.25, right? And then how? Can I tengok jadual sekarang? Tak boleh you can only tengok jadual when it's Z bigger positive. That's how I teach my student. It has to be Z bigger positive, then only you can tengok the jadwal. Okay, this one is like in between, right? So what you do, you can sketch the bell shape. Okay, you can locate the bell shape beside and then try to determine where's the shaded region. So negative 2.25, negative 1.25, they are both negative, so both will be on the left at the left side, right? But the negative 1.25 will be nearer to the 0, and then the 2.25 will be much more further lah, because it's, how to say, dia lebih jauh daripada 0, and then the 1.25 will be nearer to 0, and the shaded region is here, which is in between the two lines. Okay, all right. Usually when I teach my student, I always say the same. I always ask them this. After I draw this, I always ask them, kena ambil 1 minus tak? I will always ask like that. Okay, Okay, so I will tell you straight away, this one no need to take 1 minus. Okay, we will only take 1 minus when our shaded region cross the y-axis. Okay, that's how I teach my student. Okay, so this one no need to take 1 minus because your shaded region never cross over to the y-axis. Okay, so what you have to do instead now is to take the kawasan yang besar punya area, tolak dengan kawasan yang kecil, right? So the kawasan yang besar is the negative 1.25 onwards punya area, and then yang kecil punya kawasan is negative 2.25. So you will take this besar punya area minus this area, and then you will get this, you will get the remaining part. Okay. So how to get the besar punya kawasan? You will find the probability for Z smaller than negative 1.25. Why smaller? Because it's towards the, how to say, it's towards the left. Okay. Yeah. And then minus with PZ, smaller also, but it's negative 2.25, right? So smaller than negative 2.25. Okay. So this is your working. And smaller negative can change to bigger positive because the the bell-shaped graph is symmetrical. So if I say PZ smaller than negative 1.25, you can flip this to the other side, becomes bigger positive. Same with this, smaller negative can change to bigger positive. Okay, but only smaller negative can do like that. If bigger negative cannot already. Okay, now is Z bigger positive? Now you can tengok jadual already. Now you can tengok jadual, right? But when you tengok jadual, you tengok macam mana? You tengok dari luar. Okay, you tengok dari luar. And you will cari 1.25, right? So 1.2 you cari sini, and then 5 you cari sini. Okay, and this will be your answer. You don't have to look at this column because dia tak ada 3 decimal place. Because this column, this part is for when you have 3 decimal place. So this one got 2 decimal place, so you just tengok macam ni saja, right? Tapi kalau ada 3 decimal place, you kena tolak lah. Tapi ini tak ada, so tak payah. So just cari 1.25. Okay, let me scroll to the jadual. Ayo, tak ada jadual lah, dia tak bagi. Okay, so dia tak bagi jadual, so I have to open up another set punya jadual. So let me open up the Melaka one. Yeah, I think the Melaka one have. So wait for me. Okay, did you see it? Yeah, I already opened up the Melaka one. Okay, let's skip all this. Okay, saya sudah jumpa. So this is the Z value table. So I forget which value I want just now. 1.25. Okay, let's go. 1.25. 1.25. So 1.2 is here. Okay, 1.2 is here. Oh, yo. 1.2 is here, and then 5 is here. So the answer will be this one, right? Yeah, this one. 0.1056. 0.1056. So that's the answer lah. That's the probability. The probability ataupun the area. Yeah. Okay, probability and area is the same thing. Okay. And then PZ bigger than 2.25. Same thing lah. You go and cari 2.2 here, and then cari 5 and then get the value. Tak payah tengok kolom ni juga sebab tak ada 3 decimal place. So let's baca sama-sama 2.25. Mana 2.25? So 0.2 dekat sini, and then 5 dekat sini. So the jawapan is this one lah. 0.0122. Yeah, that's the answer. So I'm just going to write it here, 0.0122. And the last step is to take this area minus this area. Okay, ataupun probability lah. Okay, area and probability is the same thing. Okay, 0.1056 minus 0.0122. Okay, I'm pressing my calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 0.0934, right? So that's the answer. And what is this? The probability, or you can also say the area of the shaded region. Okay, and what they want you to find? The probability, right? So that's the answer lah. Probability that low blood sugar level, that's the probability. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, number 8. This looks like a linear law question. Let's go. Okay, let's read the question first. Diagram 8 shows two straight line graph obtained when y equals p over x squared minus 2x is expressed in the linear form. So there's two straight line here. So are they saying that this equation give you two different line? Is that what they meant by that? Two straight line obtained. Okay, so I think what they are trying to say here is this equation, p over x squared minus 2x, you can change to linear form, but you can change it to linear form in one method. You can also change it in another way. And the two different linear form will give you two different equations. I think that's what they meant. Right? Okay, tak apa, kita baca dulu. Find the possible values of P and Q. Okay, if you look at the y-axis and x-axis, dia memang tak bagi. If they write huruf besar macam ni, means they don't want to let you know what's the y-axis, x-axis, right? So, it means this is a linear law question yang dia tak bagi tahu what they want for the y-axis, right? But when we do linear law, when I teach in my class, I will always say the same thing. When we change to linear form, y equals mx plus c, means your equation kena sama dengan y-axis. Kalau tak sama, kita kena samakan, right? And most questions will tell you the y-axis in the soalan. Okay, they will tell you what you need for the y-axis. For example, they want log y or maybe xy or whatever. But this question, they never tell us, right? So if they never tell us, then you have to tukar yourself lah. Okay, so macam mana tukar? Okay, very simple. This is how I teach my student. When you look at the belakang punya side, you just make sure the x can only appear one time. I repeat one more time. On the right side here, on the side belakang, the x can only appear one time. If you want it to be linear form, the x can only appear one time. X hanya boleh muncul sekali sahaja, right? On the left side is fine. On the left side is fine. The one tak penting. Yang penting is on the right side. Sebelah kanan sini, x hanya boleh muncul sekali. X can only appear one time. But now you see x muncul dua kali. So how can I make it supaya x muncul sekali? Well, you can either hilangkan this x or you can hilangkan this x also can, right? Okay, but let's say I want to hilangkan this x. What I will do if I want to hilangkan this x? I will divide everything by x, right? Like this. Because when I divide everything by x, this x can cut. So you will left with y over x equals to p over x power 3 minus 2. And that is your first, this is your linear form already. But this one you have to write it in a different way. You have to write like this. Okay, you understand, right? Because the x power 3 duduk bawah, so you have to letak luar macam ni, and then dia jadi p bracket 1 over x power 3. The reason why I write like this is because I want it to be linear form, y equals mx plus c. Okay. Okay, of course, this is the first way, but you can also do it another way. Okay, let's write the equation again. Y equals p over x squared minus 2x. Just now I say, right, if you want linear form, the x hanya boleh appear one time on the right side. Okay, x hanya boleh muncul sekali saja dalam sebelah kanan. So just now I try to divide x because I want to hilangkan this x. But what if I change my plan now? I don't want to hilangkan this x, but I want to hilangkan this x. What will I do if I want to hilangkan this x square dekat bawah? I will darab dengan x square because the x now duduk bawah. That's why you have to darab. So when you darab, this y become x square y. This one just left with p only. Because when you darab x squared, the x square cut already, and then this one becomes 2x power 3. And you will end up with x squared y equals to, okay, I will write this one first because I want linear form. So negative 2x power 3 plus p. And then, yeah, this is linear form. Y equals mx plus c. Okay, so the y-axis, okay, for this, the y-axis is y over x, the x-axis is 1 over x power 3, and the gradient is p. And then the y-intercept negative 2. Okay, and then for this, the y-axis is x squared y, the x-axis is x power 3, the gradient is negative 2, the y-intercept is p. Okay, so now, if you look at these two lines, there's two lines here, right? It means these two lines between equation must be this and this, but I don't know which one is which one, right? But there is a very simple way to know which one. You just look at the gradient. Because if you look at this equation, you don't know your gradient is p, but you don't know it's positive or negative, right? You know, p could be negative, p could be positive, so we don't know. But if you look at this equation, you can see that the gradient is negative too. It means confirm this line will look like this. Because we learn in straight line, if the line goes up, the gradient will be positive. If the line goes down like this, the gradient will be negative. So if you look at this, you already know the gradient is negative 2. It means this line must be going down. So this line must be this line. Yeah. So the one I highlighting for you now, this is this equation. Yang ini. Right? And then the other one automatic is this one already. Right? So now I can find my P and Q easily. So how to find P and Q? Well, P is the y-intercept of this line. And the y-intercept of this line is 4. So P equals 4. Yep. That's the answer. And then what about Q? Well, Q is what is this? The y-intercept, right? The y-intercept for this line. And what is the y-intercept for this line? Negative 2. So Q is negative 2. Or you can say, yeah, Q is negative 2. Okay. Okay, hope you understand my explanation. All right. So find possible values. That's the answer. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's do number 9. Soalan A. It is given that differentiate 3x plus 2 over 4x minus 1 equals to this one. Find the value of P. So they never ask us to differentiate, but we have to differentiate actually, because if you want to find P, you have to differentiate this, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I'm going to do my working here, A, and I'm going to differentiate d dx 3x plus 2 over 4x minus 1. but I'm gonna do it myself. And then after I finish differentiate, then I compare my answer with this answer, right? Then I can find out my value of P. So that's the plan now lah. Okay. So first thing first is differentiate. Okay, how to differentiate this equation? Okay, kalau ada X dekat bawah, tak boleh differentiate tau. So what you have to do, you have to try to naik atas the X. So when you naik atas, you have to make sure atas tak ada X. Okay, this is how I teach my student. Kalau ada X bawah tak boleh differentiate, kena naik atas. Tapi kalau naik atas, you kena make sure atas tak ada X. So if you look at this, atas sudah ada X. So you tak boleh naik atas. So if tak boleh naik atas, what you can try to do, you can try to separate. Separate means you separate like this. Okay, but when you separate, you have to make sure bawah ada satu term. Bawah ada satu term. Sekarang bawah ada dua term. So you cannot separate. So when you have X dekat bawah and you cannot naik atas, cannot separate, there's only one way. You have to use the UV method, right? The UV formula. And the UV formula ada dua tau. Satu UV formula is salin U differentiate V tambah salin V differentiate U. This is the first one. And there's another UV formula which is salin V differentiate U minus salin U differentiate V over V square. Okay, this yang atas punya we call it product rule. Yang bawah ini kita panggil quotient rule, right? And which formula we will use for this? The quotient rule. Because if it's bahagi punya, we will use quotient rule. If it's darab, if the soalan is like darab punya, then only we use product rule. Okay, product rule we use when the power cannot expand and you cannot bring the power in front because there's X in front. Then only we use product rule. Okay, this question we will not do that lah. We will use quotient rule. Okay, so what is the formula? Sin V differentiate U minus sin U differentiate U over V square. So first thing first, I will draw a garisan first, right? And then dekat bawah garisan, I will write V square, which is 4x minus 1 square, right? V is the 4x minus 1. Okay, now we buat yang atas lah. Yang atas dia kata salin V dulu kan. So salin V, so 4x minus 1. But make sure you write bracket, okay, supaya dia nampak kemas. And then differentiate U. Differentiate U means differentiate 3x minus 2. What is differentiate 3x? 3. Differentiate 2, 0. So that's all. And then minus. Okay, minus. I'm just following the formula. Okay, so salin V differentiate U minus. Okay, minus salin U. Salin U 3x plus 2 lah. But make sure you put bracket. Okay, and then differentiate V means differentiate 4x minus 1. Differentiate 4x is 4. Differentiate 1 is 0. So you just have 4. Okay, after you reach here, you can just expand everything lah. All right. Okay, before you expand, you also have to check whether you can factorize anything or not up here. If cannot factorize, then you straight away expand lah. Hey, let me ask you, this 4x minus 1, this one can cut Cannot actually. Cannot cut this one. Unless belakang pun ada 4x minus 1, then you can factorize. After factorize, then boleh potong. Okay. But this one and this one memang tak boleh potong. If you potong salah. Right. So tak boleh potong lah. The reason why cannot potong is because belakang sini tak ada 4x minus 1. Okay. Kalau belakang ada, then you can factorize out, then potong boleh. Tapi ini tak ada. So since there's nothing to factorize, I'm just gonna expand everything lah. Alright, so 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. 4 times 3x is 12x, but got minus here, so minus. 4 times 2 is 8, but because there's a minus here, so it will become minus. 12x minus 12x is 0, so you get negative 11 over 4x minus 1 power 2, right? So I'm done. This is the answer. This is the answer when you differentiate this one. So now they say find the value of P, right? So the value of P is negative 11 lah, very easy, right? Because you just compare this one with this one. And when you compare, you can see the denominator is the same, 4x minus 1 power 2, 4x minus 1 power 2. So nombor atas pun kena same lah. P is negative 11. So yeah, that's the answer. You just compare together. Okay, sudah siap. Let's do B. So B is an integration question. Given that integrate 3(1) hx dx equals to k, such that k is a constant. Soalan number 1, find integrate 1(3) hx dx. Negative k. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay. This one you learn in integration. Okay, it's called properties of definite integral. Okay, so there's 5 properties. Okay, so properties of definite integral. What is definite integral? Kameran tentu. In bahasa Melayu, we call it kameran tentu. What is kameran tentu? Kameran tentu means when you integrate and there's numbers here, right? And ada berapa properties? Berapa ciri-ciri? Ada 5 tau, right? And all these 5 properties, you all kena hafal because they like to ask these 5 properties in paper 1. Okay. All right. One of the property says you can terbalikkan these 2 number. But when you terbalikkan, you have to tambah negative at your answer. So if I say integrate 3 1 hx dx is k, then it means integrate 1 3 hx dx is going to be negative k, because if you terbalikkan the number, it becomes negative. But if you look at this question, actually I silap tengok. I forgot to tengok the over 5, right? So actually for this question, what you have to do is you have to, let's see, you have to take out the 5 also, right? So it's actually integrate 1 3. The 5 is the same as 1 over 5 hx, right? It's the same thing. I just write it differently. So over 5, I write it 1 over 5. And then the 1 over 5, you can actually buat depan macam ni. And then times with integrate 1 3 hx dx, right? Okay, 1 3 hx dx. And what is integrate 1 3 hx dx? Is negative k. So times with negative k lah. So the answer is negative k over 5. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, let's do number 2. Okay, number 2. So number 2 says what? Find the value of k if integrate 3 1 hx minus kx dx equals 3. Same, you will use one of the property as well. So saya ada cakap ada 5 property, right? So one of the property says that if you have like this, it means when you have two terms inside the integral, you can separate them. So when you separate them, it becomes integrate 3 1 hx dx minus integrate 3 1 kx dx equals 3, right? What I'm doing is I'm just separating it into two separate integral. Okay, ya, memang ada satu property yang cakap boleh buat macam ni, right? And then now what is integrate 3 1 hx dx? It's k lah. Yeah, it's k. And then what about integrate 3 1 kx dx? This one you cannot write k, because k is integrate hx dx. This one is integrate kx. So this one you have to integrate yourself. You become kx. Okay, when you integrate, the power have to plus 1. So 1 plus 1 become 2, and then you have to divide with the power. And then total bracket 3 1 equals 3. And then now it becomes k minus, okay, this bracket, you have to open two small bracket like this, right? Why open two small bracket? Because one bracket is for you to sub 3 inside, another one is for you to sub 1 inside, and tengah-tengah kena minus. So let's sub 3 inside. 3 square is 9, so 9k over 2. Let's sub 1. 1 square is 1, so 1k over 2 means k over 2 lah. All right, after you reach here, you can find your k, but you have to buat yang bracket dalam dulu. So what is 9 over 2 minus 1 over 2? 8 over 2, which is 4k lah, equals to 3, right? Because 9 over 2k minus 1 over 2k is 8 over 2k, which is 4k. And then k minus 4k is negative 3k equals 3, so k is negative 1. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, sudah siap. Sekarang kita boleh buat soalan C. Okay, soalan C, let's read. Diagram 9 shows the curve y equals 6x squared. Okay, this is the curve. And the straight line x equals k. It means that the x coordinate for this point would be k. But the y coordinate, I don't know. But if I sub inside, I'll get 6k squared, right? But it doesn't help actually, because I don't have the k value. Okay, so far it's like that. And also the y-intercept of the curve is 0. And then, yeah, nothing much I can find. There's no other points that I can find. So, okay, so let's see what I want. The area of shaded is 54. Find the value of k. So the area of shaded region is 54. So we can use the integration method to find area, right? So this is the area. So what you can do, you can integrate towards x lah. But you integrate from where to where? 0 to k. And you integrate the curve equation, which is 6x squared, right? And if you keep going like this, you can find the answer eventually. You will find the answer eventually. Okay, so I hope you understand. I explained a little bit, because this shaded region is from here to here, 0 to k, and it's integrating towards x-axis, right? But sometimes ada soalan yang susah yang you tak boleh integrate sekali tau. You have to integrate dua kali, and then you have to take minus, or maybe take the straight line minus curve, or maybe curve minus straight line, macam tu. But this question tak payah sebenarnya, because this line is straight. Okay, if this line is like, let's say like this, or maybe the straight line is like sengit, like let's say the straight line like this, then you might need to integrate dua kali, right? You want to integrate 2 times separately, then only plus together or minus. Itu kalau the straight line is sengit lah. But if the line is straight like this, you can straight away do it like this. Okay, all right. What you do now? Just integrate lah. So when you integrate, the power have the plus 1. So x power 3, and then divide with the power, and then k0 equals to 54. And then 6 and 3 can cut, left with 2x power 3. And now you open 2 bracket, and then tengah-tengah minus, all right? The first bracket you sub k inside, so it becomes 2k power 3. The second bracket you sub 0. 0 power 3 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. So 2k power 3 equals 54. Therefore, k power 3 equals 27. K equals to cube root 27. So k equals 3. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, quite easy lah this question. Okay, let's continue. Okay, number 10. Oh, yo, what is this? Okay, tak apa, let's baca dulu. Diagram 10 shows some of the round-shaped wooden blocks. Okay, I'm guessing this is a progression question. Okay, because look at the round block, it's like getting smaller, right? That can be purchased online with an estimated cost excluding postage charge start from 4 ringgit to 13 ringgit. Wait. Round-shaped wooden blocks that can be purchased online with estimated cost starts from 4 ringgit to 30 ringgit. Oh, it means the price is somewhere in between here lah. According to the diameter of the wooden block. Oh, okay. Okay, if you buy lagi besar punya diameter, then lagi mahal lah. And paling mahal one is 13 ringgit. But if you buy the wooden block yang kecil punya diameter, then you pay less lah. Right? And paling kecil punya diameter, you pay 4 ringgit. I think that's what it means. And then it was found that the diameter of wooden blocks form a progression 6, 12, 8. So this progression, we can straight away find the A and D because it's arithmetic, right? I'm not sure. Let's write down 6, 12, and 8. And don't forget, this is a progression formed using the diameter. So I should write like nicely diameter. So let's write down the A. The first term is 6. And this one is plus 6, plus 6, plus 6, plus 6. So this is an arithmetic progression. Okay, because you plus 6, plus 6, plus 6, right? So yeah. And then now what else? Soalan A. Determine whether the progression is an arithmetic progression or geometric progression. Well, it's arithmetic. Yeah. So how can we prove it? So I'm gonna prove it here. So you will write D1 equals to T2 minus T1, and then D2 equals to T3 minus T2. This one is T2 minus T1. Okay. And how you prove it is you take the T2 minus T1 and T3 minus T2 and see whether they give you the same answer. 12 minus 6 is 6, and then 18 minus 12 is also 6. Then you can write since D1 and D2 gives you the same value, therefore you can say the what is it? The progression since the progression is an arithmetic progression. Okay, let's write here. It's an arithmetic progression. Janjang arithmetic. Okay. So this is how we prove. Then what if it's a geometric? How you want to prove it's a geometric? Then you write R1, R2 lah. The R1 will be T2 bahagi T1, then the R2 will be T3 bahagi T2. Itu kalau geometric lah. Okay, soalan B. Derive the formula Tn by referring to the progression provided in 10A. So they want me to derive the formula. But how can we derive? Okay, soalan B. Derive the formula. Okay, we all know the formula for Tn is what? Is A plus N minus 1D, right? So this question is very rare actually, because usually when they ask you to derive formula, prove formula in progression, they will usually ask us to derive the Sn formula. Yeah, the Sn for arithmetic, the Sn for geometry, they ask a lot. Even the S infinity also they got asked. Okay, I bought banyak dah. I bought banyak percubaan kertas yang tanya derive the Sn formula. But this one is the first time they asked me to derive the Tn formula, right? And this formula, I never teach my own student also how to prove, because it's very easy to prove. It's like very straightforward. Yeah. So okay lah, tak apa lah. Since they ask it now, so I'm gonna do it now lah. Okay. So if you look at the T T1 is 6, T2 is 12, T3 is 18, right? So what we can write now is T1 equals to 6, right? And then T2 equals to 12, T3 equals 18. But we all know where we get the 6. It's actually the A, right? So this is actually the A. Okay, T12 is also the A, but it's A plus D, right? And then T3 18 is A plus D, which is A plus 2D lah, right? It means you plus D dua kali, right? So plus 2D, right? And then T4 will be something else, but we all know it will be A plus 3D, because this one is A, and then A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. So we can generalize. It will be A plus 1, 2, 3, 4. When it's 2 here, this is 1, 3, this is 2, this is 4, this is 3. So A plus N minus 1D. So this is the Tn formula. Okay. So this is how I would prove it. Okay. and it's only 3 marks, right? So I don't think you have to do a lot lah. Okay, I think I'll just derive it like this. Okay. Mm. Okay, I'm looking at the schema now. The schema did a lot. Like the schema did like banyak benda, right? So mm, I think it's fine lah. Okay. So I think I'll just prove it like this lah. Okay. And actually, this method you learn it in mathematics actually, because in mathematics there's a chapter called logical reasoning, and they will always ask you to make a conclusion by deduction, induction. Sorry, not deduction, induction. And then they will give you like a bunch of specific statement, and then you try to like generalize. Okay. So yeah. So that's what I'm doing lah. A plus D, A plus 2D, and then I generalize. Okay. Okay. I think I'll just do it like this lah. It's 3 marks only. So okay, I'll just stick to my working and then go to C. Okay, let's read C. Pa Abu wishes to purchase 3 consecutive size of wooden blocks with a total diameter of 108. It means Tn plus Tn plus 1 plus Tn plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 108. Because if you want to buy 3 different diameter that are consecutive, it means you are taking this progression and you are taking 3 consecutive terms from this progression. It means Tn plus Tn plus 1 plus Tn plus 2 equals 108, right? With the starting price of 4 ringgit for the diameter size of 6 cm. Oh, it means the 6 cm punya price is wait, what? The 6 cm punya price is 4 ringgit, yeah. And an increase of 1 ringgit for each subsequent size. State the size of wooden blocks. State the size of wooden blocks he purchased and the price to be paid, including the postage charge of 4 ringgit 90 cent. Okay, I think later I have to form a new progression using the price. Okay, because for the price is like it's a different progression, right? It's 4 ringgit and increase 1 ringgit each, right? Okay, but before I do that, I want to find my n first. I need to know what is the how to say, which 3 consecutive block yang dia beli dulu, and what is the diameter of it. Saya kena tahu yang tu dulu. So I'm gonna use this formula, and the formula I use is this formula lah, the A plus M minus 1D, the Tn formula. So for Tn, I will just write A plus M minus 1D, but I have the A already. The A is 6, the D is 6, right? So it will be A plus 5D, because 6 minus 1, right? 5D. And then what about this one? This one will be, wait. A plus. No. It's not A plus 5D lah. It's A plus N minus 1 times 5. Sorry. Mistake, careless mistake. So it's A plus N minus 1D, like that. Okay. And the D is not 5 lah. Okay, why I keep on making careless mistake? A plus N minus 1, 6, right? Okay, sorry. And then the A is 6. The A is 6. Okay, the A is 6. Okay, and then plus with the next one. Okay, this one also use the same formula, A plus N minus 1D, but the A is 6 plus N minus 1. Okay, your N is N plus 1. So what is N plus 1 minus 1? It will be N lah. And then the D is 6. Okay, and then the last one, this one is for Tn plus 2. So what is the A? The A is 6 plus N minus 1. But your N is N plus 2. So N plus 2 minus 1, N plus 1. And then times with D means 6 equals to 108. Okay, expand everything. 6 plus 6n minus 6 plus 6 plus 6n plus 6 plus 6n plus 6 equals 108. And then 6n plus 6n plus 6n is 18n. And then 6 minus 6 is 0, plus 6 is 6, plus 6, 12. 6 is 18. Okay, and then 108 have to minus 18 lah. So let's press 108 minus 18. Okay, my calculator give me 90. And then just divide by 18. So my calculator give me 5. Right? 5. So now actually I already know the n is 5, right? Okay, don't have enough space. Okay, I think I write here n equals 5. Okay, but this is not the answer, of course. This is just we only know that dia beli the 5th wooden block, the 6th wooden block, and the 7th wooden block, because they say 3 consecutive, right? But then the soalan got asked me to find what? State the size of the wooden blocks he purchased. So what would be the size of the wooden blocks he purchased? The size of wooden blocks he purchased would be 5. And then the next one will be 5 plus 6, which is 11. 5 cm. Okay, 5 cm, 11 cm, and plus 6, 17 cm. So this is the 3 wooden block that he buy lah. Okay. Plus 6 because it's consecutive. Okay. Okay, apa lagi yang dia nak cari? State the size of wooden block. So this one lah, this is the size of wooden block. And then they say, mm, state the size of wooden block he purchased and the price to be paid, including the postage charge of 4 ringgit 90 cent. So what is the charge? So I'm gonna write price. So the price for 4 ringgit is for when it's 6 cm. Wait, I'm wrong. I did wrong. Hey, the diameter is not 5 cm, 11 cm. This 5 is the end. Is the end. So if I want to know the diameter, I still need to find the T5, T6, and T7, right? I cannot just say that it's 5 cm because this 5 is the end. Sorry. Okay, so I have to find my T5 now, right? And the how to find T5 is A plus N minus 1D, right? But my A is 6, and N minus 1 is just 5 minus 1, and then D is 6 also. So it will be 6 plus 4 times 6, which is 24 plus 6, which is 30. So this ini baru diameter. It means the diameter yang dia beli 3 wooden block. The first one is 30 cm, the next one is 30 plus 6, the next one is 36, and then 42. Okay, I can plus 6 because it's consecutive. Okay, ini baru betul. Ini baru betul. Lepas tu, dia cakap apa price, right? Okay, so price. And since they got postage 4 ringgit 90 cent, it means I will take 4 ringgit 90 cent, the postage charge, plus with, okay, the price of wooden block will be this one plus this one plus this one, right? But the price is 4 ringgit when it's 6 cm. It means I can form another progression using the price, right? So the price of the first wooden block will be 4 ringgit. Okay. The next one will be increase 1 ringgit. So it'll be 5 ringgit, 6 ringgit, and so on lah, right? But 4 ringgit is for 6 cm punya, right? It's for T1 punya, right? Then kalau T5 punya berapa? Kalau T5 punya, dia akan jadi, okay, let me erase this because I want to know the T5, right? Because he bought the T5, T6, T7. So I'm going to write down the A, which is 4. The D is 1 because every time plus 1. So I'm going to find my T5 here. It will be A plus N minus 1D, which is 4 plus N minus 1 is 5 minus 1. And then D is 1. So it will be 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. It means the price for this one is 8 ringgit lah. Okay. But then the next one will be T6. But we already know it's going to be 9 ringgit and 10 ringgit. Because the next one is consecutive also. So you just plus 1 ringgit, right? So you just press all this lah. Then you get the answer already. 4.9 plus 17 plus 10. Okay, my calculator give me 31.9. So that's the answer lah. But of course, you have to write 2 decimal place, 31.90. And you also have to write RM because it's price. Okay. Okay, 4 marks for this. Okay, I made a few careless mistakes just now. I don't know, like my brain is like, okay, like confused just now. Okay, I bought salah sikit lah, but this one is the correct answer. Okay, hope you understand. Okay, let's continue with number 11. Let's see. Diagram 11 shows a triangle ABC. Okay, no problem. Point P lies on AC. Okay, I can see it. Point Q lies on BC. Okay, so far nothing important, nothing to label. Okay, now it says given that AC 2A. This one can label AC 2A. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'll draw another line here and then put arrow and then 2A. Okay, I don't want to label like this because later I might get confused. Later I might thought it's A to P, right? That's why I try to draw another line because the P kacau saya. AB 2B. Okay, this one can label straight away 2B like that. It means I can find vector BC lah. It will be BA plus AC. Means negative 2B plus 2A. Okay. Okay, let's see what else they say. AP is 2 over 3 AC. Means this one is the ratio. And how we baca? AP ratio is 2, AC ratio is 3. So AP ratio is 2, AC is 3. Means this is 1. Okay, for those yang tanya, sir, macam mana you tahu? Okay, because this AC you can pindah sini. Jadi AP over AC equals 2 over 3. And if I check out AP over AC means AP ratio AC lah. And if I check out 2 over 3 means 2 ratio 3. That's why AP is 2, AC is 3. So AP is 2, AC is 3. But you cannot write 3 here. This one is PC. So you have to take 3 minus 2. Okay? So that's it. Alright, this one I will erase. And then next thing, what's the next information we label? The vector PQ, right? So vector PQ dia cakap apa? So vector PQ, it says this one, right? So let's label this P to Q. Where is it? Oh, this one. Okay, this one P to Q. And then the arrow is going Q. And the vector for this is negative 8 over 15A plus 6 over 5B. Okay, sudah siap. I'm done labeling. Now we do A. The straight line AB is being extended to point R. Mana? AB is extended to point R. Okay, okay. Such that AR equals lambda AB. So AR vector is equals to lambda AB. Because you know why these two vectors can sama dengan? Because AR and AB are parallel. But why have to tambah satu lambda? Because that is the ratio. The lambda is the ratio. Because walaupun dia parallel, dia tak sama panjang. Okay, like AR and AB tak sama panjang. That's why got lambda. And lambda is a constant. Okay, express PR in terms of lambda A and B. So I want to find PR, but I want my answer to have lambda. It means I have to use this information no matter what lah. And what is the connection between PR and AR? R is the connection. So what I'll do, I'll write PA plus AR. So vector PR, I'll go PA plus AR. Why? So that I can use this information, AR equals lambda AB, and then here it will be PA. But PA, I can find straight away, right? What is vector PA? Okay, P to A is actually 2 portion out of 3 portion, right? Because P to A is 2 portion, the total is 3 portion. But it's 2 over 3 of what? Can you tell me the vector PA, dia adalah anak kepada siapa? Dia anak kepada CA, right? Why I cakap dia anak kepada CA? Because P to A is sebahagian daripada CA. P to A is part of CA. That's why P to A is actually 2 over 3 CA. And what is CA? Negative 2A. Because AC is 2A, since CA must be negative 2A. And negative 2 times 2 over 3 will be negative 4 over 3A. And then plus with lambda AB. And what is AB? 2B. And that's the answer. Negative 4 over 3A plus 2 lambda B. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, what is the next question? The next question says, P, it is given that P, Q, and R are collinear. P, Q, R. Okay, it means if I panjangkan, it's collinear. And if collinear means what? These two vectors boleh sama dengan, boleh equal. Tapi kena tambah satu unknown lah. You kena tambah satu constant. It can be K, can be L, can be M. But you have to tambah the constant because that's the ratio. That's why dia tak sama panjang. Okay, let's see what I want. Find B number 1, the value of lambda. Or means this ratio lah. Okay, how to find lambda? Let's see. PR I have already. Okay, I think I know. So I already have vector PR from my previous question. So let's write down vector PR. It's negative 4 over 3A plus 2 lambda B. So now PR vector is the whole thing. Now I need to find another vector that is parallel to PR. I need to find another vector that is parallel to PR so that I can take the two vectors and equal to then sama dengan tapi kena tambah K lah, kena tambah K. So can you tell me another vector that is parallel to PR? It can be PQ or it can be QR also can. But if you are smart, you will take PQ because PQ sudah ready already, sudah bagi already. So let's just take PQ, right? So which is negative 8 over 15 plus 6 over 5B. Okay, I repeat one more time. My explanation, I want to explain one more time. When we have garisan yang collinear, dia tak semestinya PQ dengan QR parallel tau. Dia tak semestinya PQ and QR. Dia boleh jadi PQ, PR pun boleh kan. Okay, so and when you have two vectors that are parallel, you can take these two vector and then equal tapi kena tambah K. Okay, so these two vector boleh sama dengan. And the reason why boleh sama dengan is because they are parallel. But you have to tambah satu unknown, and you can use any alphabet. I will use K lah, but you can use any alphabet you want. Lambda also can, whatever. Okay, just don't use alphabet yang sudah ada dalam soalan lah. Okay, so I'll use K. And what is vector PQ? Just write it down. Negative 8 over 15 A plus 6 over 5 B. And then KPR, PR is negative 4 over 3A plus 2 lambda B. But actually, there is a faster way to do this question actually. Okay, you can straight away take the coefficient, bahagi coefficient, coefficient bahagi coefficient, and equal. Okay, that's the fast method. But I will not do it like that because I saw my question 2 already. Question 2, they want me to find the ratio. So even if you use the cara yang cepat untuk buat number 1, you still need to do this whole thing again for number 2 later because number 2 they ask for ratio. And guess what? That ratio is K. You need the K to get the ratio actually. Okay. So, okay, tak apa, kita buat dulu. So, macam mana nak buat? Okay, I will take the K, expand inside. And then after I expand, I compare side by side. Right? So, yang ni kita just salin je. Nothing to do. And then this one, I will expand inside. Okay, because later I want to compare coefficient of A with coefficient of A. So negative 4 over 3 KA plus 2 lambda KB. And then compare the coefficient side like for both sides. So the coefficient of A on this side is negative 8 over 15, on the other side is negative 4 over 3. We can connect them together. Wait. Oh, got K, got K, got K. Okay, nasib baik. Okay, I almost have a breakdown already. Negative equals got K ma here. Okay, so negative 4 over 3 K. So how to find K? Okay, negative bahagi negative is positive. Now I just have to press my calculator. 8 over 15 bahagi bracket 4 over 3. Make sure you press bracket. Okay, my calculator give me 2 over 5, right? But I don't think this is the answer because this K is the ratio for PQPR. What I want is the lambda. So what I have to continue, compare the coefficient of B with coefficient of B on this side. So they can connect together. So they will become 6 over 5 equals 2 lambda K. But the K I already know is 2 over 5. So now you can find your lambda. Just tekan 6 over 5, bahagi 2, and then bahagi bracket 2 over 5. Must press bracket. If no bracket, salah. So the calculator give me 3 over 2. So this is your final answer. For question 1 lah. For question 1, this is your answer. And then what about question 2? Well, question 2, you will use your K answer just now, but it's not the answer yet because this K is 2 over 5. And if you masuk balik to this, it will become what? It will become PQ equals to K, which is 2 over 5 PR. But it's not the answer because they want PQ ratio QR. So this one is PQ. If you get this one, you can find PQPR lah. It's 2:5. But they don't want PQPR. They want PQQR. So it will be 3 lah. Because imagine PQ. Okay, PQ ratio is 2, right? PQ ratio is 2. And then sepal 5. PR is 5, right? PR is 5. So if PR is 5, can I write 5 like this? Cannot. This is not PR, this is QR. So if the PR whole thing is 5, 5 minus 2, this is 3, right? So if you want to find PQ ratio QR, it will be 2:3, right? So they want PQ ratio QR, right? So PQ ratio QR is 2:3. This is the answer. Okay. I hope you understand how I read this, how I convert this to ratio. Okay. You just pinna the PR to this side, then you will get PQ ratio PR equals 2:5. That's what it means. But I have to minus lah because they want QR punya ratio. Okay, sudah siap? Okay, actually this one correct already lah. Okay, let's continue. Okay, number 12. Let's read the question. I think this is a solid geometry, circular measure. Silap cakap. Okay, sorry, circular measure. Okay, let's read. Diagram 12 shows the short put ring. It means like lontar peluru lah, short put. That consists of the circle W WYVX. Wait, where? Oh, this one. WYVX. Okay, so this is the short put ring that consists of circle and the sector UWTVS. Okay, so this is the big sector. Both with the center T. So they both have the same center. During an athletic championship, athlete needs to throw their put into the shaded region WXBS to get points. So I assume that you have to throw the peluru inside the shaded region to get points. Okay, and of course you'll be standing somewhere in this circle here lah, and then you throw in this direction, and then you will get points depending on how far you throw the peluru. Okay, let's read. It is given that WT is 1.1 meter. Label 1.1. It means this one also 1.1 lah, because they are both radius. Mesti sama panjang one. The length of arc US is 21 meter. US mana? This one. Okay, 21 meter. It means I can use the formula S equals R theta. Later I can use S equals R theta because they could give me arc. And then the length of arc VXW is 27 times. Mana? VXW is 27 times shorter than the length of arc US. So I can find my arc WXB straight away. But sir, the question never asked me to find. The soalan A asked you to, I don't care. I don't care if they ask me to find or not. So I don't care whether the soalan got asked or not. Whenever I see something I can find, I will find it straight away. So I'm just going to write arc VXW. So they say it's 27 times shorter than US, right? It means 21 meter divided by 27. So I'll straight away press. I get 0.77 ataupun, okay, let's write in fraction lah. 709. But it's in meter, because everything is in meter here, right? So the length of arc here is 709 meter. Okay. Even if the question never asked me to find, I find it also. Okay, now soalan A, they says what? Find the value of theta in radian. Okay, I'll do it here. Okay, how to find value of theta? Yeah, I can use S equals R theta formula. So easy. Okay, because I have the arc already. the arc is 7/9, and then the radius is 1.1 meter, and then the theta, I can find it lah. Just pindah jadi bahagi. So I will press answer divide 1.1. I get 0.7070. Oh, it's like, okay, let's write in 4 cm figure, 0.7071 radian. Okay, automatic is in radian already. Okay, sudah siap. So easy, yeah. Okay, next one, B. B says what? Find the perimeter in meter of shaded region. So perimeter, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna write here. Okay, if I want to find perimeter of shaded region, how many lines I have to tambah? One line, two lines, three lines, four lines. I need to tambah 4 lines to find the perimeter. I already know two of the lines, 21 meter and 709, but how to get this and this? Well, it's very easy because you have the data already. 0.0, this data is this one, right? So you can use the big sector, you can find the big sector punya radius by using the S equals R theta formula sekali lagi. But the big sector punya arc is 21, and then the radius for big sector saya nak cari, but the theta I have already, 0.7071. So if you find the radius this way, you can know the panjang for UT, right? So 21 divide answer. Okay, my calculator give me 29.7. So it means the radius of the big sector is 29.7 meter. Then what is this? This is 29.7 minus 1.1 lah, because the whole thing is 29.7. So if you minus 1.1, you will get 28.6. All right. And this one will be 28.6 also. Right. So now you can find your perimeter easily. So what is the perimeter? So perimeter of shaded. So first one is 21 meter plus with 709. Okay, I already showed the working here. And then plus with 28.6. And how you get to 28.6? 29.7 minus with 1.1. Okay, but I have to times 2 because got dua kali, right? So let's press calculator. We press the bracket first. 29.7 minus 1.1, which is 28.6, but times 2. After I times 2, I plus 7/9 and then plus 21. Okay, my calculator give me 78.977777777, so 78.98 lah. Okay, let's write in 4 significant figures. And it's meter. Okay, everything is in meter. Okay, sudah siap ah? Oh, satu lagi. Area of shaded region. Okay, I'll do it here. So how to find area of shaded region? Very easy lah. Just take area of sector minus area of sector. That's all. And the area of sector formula is 1/2 r squared theta. So this is the formula I'll use, right? So area of, yeah. Area of shaded. Yeah, right? They want area, right? Yeah, okay. So how to find area of shaded? Big sector minus small sector. Okay. So what is the area of sector formula? 1/2 r squared theta. Okay, the big sector radius is 29.7. And then the theta is 0.7071. So this is how we calculate the big sector area. But I have to minus with what? I have to minus with this small sector. And the small sector area, we will also use the same formula. 1/2 r squared, but the small sector radius is 1.1 square, and then the theta is still the same, 0.7071. Okay, if I calculate this, I'll get the answer. Okay, let's press 29.7 square times 0.7071 divide 2. So my calculator give me 311.86. And then this one, let's press the whole thing. 1.1 square divide 2 times 0.7071. Okay, my calculator give me 0.4278. Actually, it's 77, but the next number I have is more than 5, so I plus 1. And then 311.86 minus answer. Okay, I get 311.43. Okay, so I'll just write 311.43. But it's in meter square because it's area. So yeah, done. That's the answer. Okay, sudah siap. Let's continue. Okay, bahagian B. Bahagian ini mengandungi 3 soalan, jawab 2 soalan. Okay, I don't care. I will do all 3 soalan because in exam you will choose 2 lah, but for this video I will do 3 questions. Okay, let's go. Number 13. It is given that L equals to this, X equals to express A that one, dl dx in terms of T. So I will write my A1 working dekat sini. If you want to find dl dx, you need to have an equation for L in terms of T dulu. If you have the L in terms of T equation, baru boleh cari dl dx. Okay, so how to make sure it's L in terms of X? If you want dl dx, you need L in terms of X. If you look at this equation, it's L in terms of T. And this one is X in terms of T. So how? Okay, ada dua cara. First cara is you try to ganti the t here. It means you try to cari t here. It will become x minus 6/3 and then ganti this one dalam sini and then baru differentiate. Boleh. You can buat macam ni. Tapi ada lagi satu cara. Satu lagi cara is, okay, I'll show you. Satu lagi cara is like this. You will use the chain rule. I think it's called the chain rule. It means this one is 4t minus t square, right? And the other one is x equals 3 plus 60. It means you try to differentiate this and differentiate this. But when you differentiate this, you will not get dl dx. You will get dl dt because it's in terms of t. And what happens when you differentiate 4t? You will get 4. Differentiate this one, 2 times -1, -2, power minus 1, so 2t. Okay, what about this one? This one, when you differentiate, what you write? Dx dt, because it's x in terms of t. So differentiate 3 is 0, differentiate 6 is 6, right? But what they want is dl dx. So what I will do now is to find dl dx, I will take dl over something times with here dx. It means yang atas sini I tulis dekat sini, and then yang bawah punya I tulis sini, right? And then what about this one and this one? Okay, this one you can put whatever you want. You can put whatever you want. Just make sure it's the same thing. Just make sure you letak benda yang sama. Because so that you can cut left with dl dx, right? So what do you think I'll put here? Of course, dx. No, not dx. dt, right? Okay, dt. Because if you put like this, then the dl dt you can substitute with 4 minus 2t, right? And then the dt dx you can sub with 1/6, right? And then you can find your dl dx, right? Okay, let me explain. dl dt is 4 minus 2t, very easy. But this one dx dt is 6, but this one is dt dx. So what you do, you terbalikkan lah. So when you terbalikkan, the 6 become 1/6 because this one originally is 6/1. So that's why the answer is 4 minus 2t divided 6. Tapi this one can factorize. 4 and 2, you can take out 2. So when you divide by 2, you get 2 minus t over 6. And then cut left with 3. So the answer is 2 minus t over 3. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, now for question number 2. Find the value of dl dx when t equals 4. When t equals 4. So how to do? dl dx. So we already know dl dx is 2 minus t over 3. But then they say t is 4, so just sub only lah. So the answer is -2/3. Hey, why so easy? Yeah, too easy already this question. Okay, let's do B. So let's read the question. So on B, calculate the corresponding percentage rate of change of L when x equals to 9 if the small change in x is 10%. Okay, I think this question is a small change question, right? Don't get confused by the word rate here, right? Because sometimes if there's rate, then it's a rate of change question, right? But I think this is a small change question, yeah. And let's write down the information first. So calculate corresponding percentage change of L, right? So it means I want to find change in percentage of L. And the formula to find percentage change is to take the small change in L, divide with the original value of L times with 100. This is the formula to calculate the percentage change in L. But in order to use this formula, you need to have the delta L and the L, right? And it has to be the old value of L. So tak apa, kita tengok apa lagi dia mahu. When x equals to 9, so the x is equals to 9, and we can say that this x is the original value of x. If the small change in x is 10%. So small change in x means delta x lah. Okay, a lot of students will write equals 10 like this. Okay, it's wrong, it's wrong. Or maybe like a common mistake is student will write 0.1 because 10% is 10 divided 100, right? This is also wrong. Okay, this is also wrong. Let me tell you what does it mean by small change 10%. It means the delta x is 0.1x. Okay, let me explain why is it like that. It's because if I say small change in x is 10%, it means the 10% comes from delta x divide x times 100. Okay, because I told you already, if you want to find percentage change of L, the formula is take the small change in L, divide with L times 100. So if I tell you the small change increase is 10%, it means that this 10% is delta x divide x times 100. So in order to get delta x, get the small change in x, you have to take 10 divide 100, which is 0.1, and then times with x. That is why the delta x here is 0.1x, all right? And the common mistake here is student will always write 0.1. Yeah, because they just write 0.1, salah, it's 0.1x, okay? And let me tell you, this x you can actually substitute with the x here, which is 0.9, okay? So you will become 0.1 times with x, which is 9, and you will get 0.9, okay? It means that your small change in x is actually 0.9, that's what it means, Okay. Now, what about the delta L? Because you need the delta L actually. Because when you are doing small change, Christian, we will be using this formula dy dx is almost equals to delta y over delta x. But of course, this question is dl dx lah. So I'm gonna write dl dx is almost equals to delta L over delta x. And the delta x I already know is 0.9. The delta L I need to find. Okay, and I need to find delta L. Because if I don't have the delta L, I cannot use this formula to find the percentage later. So I need the delta L. All right. Then what about the dl dx? Well, the dl dx I can refer my previous question. My dl dx is actually uh 2 minus t over 3. Okay, you cannot write negative 2 over 3 for your dl dx. That is wrong, because if you write negative 2 over 3, it's wrong actually, because you have to make sure you substitute with the corresponding L value. So I'm just gonna so you cannot write this one. You have to write this one 2 minus t over 3. And then for the t, you have to substitute with the information yang dia bagi dalam soalan, which is x equals 9, right? But this one is 2 minus t over 3, right? You want the t, you don't want the x, right? So what you have to do is you have to find t from x equals 9. And how you do that? Well, you have an equation where it's x in terms of t. So what you will do is you will use this equation to find t, right? When x equals to 9. So when you ganti, it becomes 9 equals 3 plus 6t, and you're trying to find t. So 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 divided 6 is 1. It means your t is 1, right? So this is 1. It means your dl dx is 1 over 3. That is why I said you cannot salin yang ini. Because yang ini is when the x is equals to, when the t is equals to 4. And it's this one, I want when the t equals to 1. So be careful. So here is 1 over 3, right? And then now you can calculate your delta L. Just take your 0.9 times 1 over 3, then you get your delta L already. So let's press calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 3 over 10, or you can write 0.3, right? So this is your small change in L. If the soalan asks me to find small change in L, then this is the answer. But the soalan asks me to find percentage change in L. So in order to find the percentage change, I need to use this formula. Delta L over the original value of L times with 100, right? So the delta L I already know is 0.3 over the original value of L, or you can say the old value of L. What would be the old value of L? Okay, I have to use the x equals 9 punya information to find the L. So let's ganti this x 9, use this x equals 9 to find the L. Okay, if you look at this equation is L in terms of t. So what I'm gonna do is I have to ganti the x equals 9 inside the other equation first, which I already did just now. I get t equals to 1, and then only I take the t equals 1 ganti back again inside this equation. So it becomes L equals 4t minus t squared, and the t is 1. Okay, because I use the x equals 9 to ganti here first to get t1, and then baru ganti. And this one you get 3. It means the old value of L, the original value of L is 3. And now if you press this, you'll get the answer in percentage. 0.3 divided 3 times 100. Okay, so it's 10, 10, right? It means the percentage change, the corresponding percentage change of L is 10%. That's what it means. Okay, so I hope you understand. Yeah, so this is how you do it. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's do number 14A. Okay, they never give me any space for this question. Okay, I'm just gonna use this space, but first I need to make this smaller. Okay, I'm just gonna do it up here lah. All right. So okay, let's continue. Number 14A. They want me to prove the trigonometric identity tangent y equals to this, right? Okay, for this is definitely a trigo chapter punya soalan. And whenever we do proving, I always tell my student always start from the more complicated side, because it's easier to start from the more complicated side and prove to the other side. So obviously the more complicated punya side is the right hand side. So I'm gonna write down the right hand side. So the right hand side here is what? It's cos bracket x minus y, and then minus cos x plus y, and then over sine bracket x minus y plus sine x plus y, right? And remember this, whenever you see got plus minus like this, it means you can use the addition angle formula, okay? But before that, I want you to see the left hand side. What's the left hand side? Tangent y, right? And if you want to change this whole thing to tangent y, the only way is to change it to sine over cos, because tangent is actually sine over cos, so it's actually sine y over cos y, right? The reason why I write like this is because my right hand side only have sine and cos. Everything is sine and cos, right? But the left hand side is tangent. That's why I immediately change tangent to sine over cos, right? So now it's time to use the formula to tukar everything lah. All right. So okay, I'm gonna draw a line. Okay, and I'm gonna start to use the formula. All right. Should I write down the formula? Okay, I'm gonna write down the formula for you. So the formula for sine A plus minus B is equals to sine A cos B, sine A cos B plus minus cos A sine B. Right? This formula is given in the exam, by the way. Right? And another formula is cos A plus minus B is equals to cos A cos B minus plus sine A sine B. Right? This formula is given in the exam. Right? So yeah, these are the two formulas that we need to use in order to prove this. Okay, so first thing first, this is cos x minus y. So I will be using the cos A cos B formula. So let's go. So I will first write, okay, for this case, my A is x, right? My A is x, my B is y. So according to the formula, it's cos A cos B. So it will be cos x cos y lah. Cos x cos y. And then if the symbol is minus plus, it means you will not follow whatever they write here. So this is minus, it means you have to write plus, right? If it's minus plus, then don't follow the symbol, right? And then sine A, sine B, that's just going to be sine X, sine Y, right? And then this one, they write minus here. So I write minus, and I have to open bracket for this. Cos X plus Y. Okay, cos X plus Y, I will use this formula again. But my A is X and my B is Y. So I will use the same formula, cos A, cos B, but this time it's cos X, cos Y lah. Cos X, cos Y. And then I have to write plus. Okay, wait, I have to write minus because the symbol is minus plus. If the symbol is minus plus means we don't follow the whatever they write here. So this is plus, it means this is minus. And then sine A, sine B, that's just gonna be sine X, sine Y. And then close bracket. The bracket is very important because there's a minus in front. So yeah, you have to change the sign inside later. Okay, that's why I put the bracket. Okay, what about this one? Sine X minus Y. Okay, this one you will use the sine A plus minus B formula. So the formula is sine A cos B, which is sine X sine Y. Sorry, sine A cos Y. Okay, because the A is X and then the B is Y. So sine A cos Y. Okay, and then they say plus minus. Plus minus means you will follow whatever symbol they write here. So this is minus, right? So we follow. And then cos A sine B. So cos A sine B means cos X because A is your X, and then sine B, it means sine Y. Okay, because your B is Y in this one. And then don't forget to plus, all right, plus with, okay, sine X plus Y, all right? Okay, this time, if you don't want to put the bracket, tak apa, because if in front of the bracket is plus, then you don't have to worry, okay? Don't have to worry anything. But if it's minus, then you, of course, you have to be careful. Okay, so sine X plus Y, your A is X, your B is Y. So let's use this formula again. Sine A cos B, it means sine X cos Y, right? Sine X cos Y. And then plus minus means you will follow what symbol they write here. So they write plus here, right? So you will also write plus. And then cos A sine B. But your A is X, so it will be cos X. And then sine B means sine Y lah, right? Okay, yeah, this one tak ada bracket pun tak apa because it's plus in front, right? Okay, now let's continue. Let's draw a line. Okay, we can see now you can open this bracket. So it will become cos X cos Y plus sine X sine Y minus, open the bracket, cos X cos Y. This one become plus already, right? Because when you open the bracket, you have to change the sign inside the bracket. So it become plus sine X sine Y. And this garisan I need to panjangkan lah. All right. And then what about down here? Sine A cos Y. Hey, this one is sine X. It's not sine A. Sorry. Silap. I silap tulis. This one is sine X cos Y. So this one is sine X cos Y minus cos X and Y plus sine X cos Y plus cos X and Y. So you can see this one minus cos X and Y plus cos X and Y can cut, right? Yeah, they can cut, become 0. But don't cut it lah. Just leave it. I mean, you just cut it in your head. So you just left with sine X cos Y. Just left with this and this only because this and this cut already. So you will get 2 sine X cos Y lah, right? Because sine X cos Y plus sine X cos Y is 2 sine X cos Y. Okay. Then what about yang atas? Okay, yang atas pun boleh potong. Cos X cos Y minus cos X cos Y becomes 0. So you left with sine X sine Y plus sine X sine Y, right? Which is 2 sine X sine Y. So I'm going to write here 2 sine X sine Y. Okay, I repeat one more time. This one and this one cut. And then this one and this one plus together, you get 2 sine X sine Y. All right. Okay, next thing here is everything over 2 sine X cos Y. And now we can cut 2, 2 cut, sin x cut. You just left with sin y over cos y. And what is sin y over cos y? Tangent y lah. Sin y over cos y is tangent y. Because sin y over cos y memang boleh tukar jadi tangent. Right? Tangent y. And this is already same with the left hand side. So we can write dot 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 proven. Okay? So this is how you prove this question. Okay, so it's worth 4 marks. Okay, sudah siap. Let's do B. Okay, what is this? Diagram 14 shows part of the graph y equals a tangent bx plus c. So A is for the amplitude, B is the number of cycle in 360 degrees, C is whether the graph got moved up or moved down. And then they say passing through 0.03, this is the y-intercept. And then pi over 2, 3. Pi over 2, 3. Okay, this one. It means this graph definitely got moved up. Yeah, how I know is because the tangent graph is not supposed to how to say this this is supposed to be x-axis. Yeah, but the fact that the x-axis is no longer here, it moves down already. It means the whole graph moved up already. Okay, and I think it's moved up 3. Yeah, this C is moved up 3. That is why the here is 3. Okay, but let's see what they want. Find number 1 the values of B and C. Oh, they never ask for A, they just ask for B and C. Okay, for question number 1. What is the value of B and C? Okay, I already know the C is 3 because I already mentioned just now, right? Because this is supposed to be the original x-axis, the old x-axis. But why the new x-axis go down 3 units is because the whole graph moved up already. The whole graph moved up. That's why the C must be 3. And then what about the B? The B is actually the number of tangent graph in 360 degree. So you can see it's like this is one tangent graph, like this. Okay, let's use red color pen. Like this, like this, like this. Like this is one tangent graph. Okay. But one tangent graph dia habis dekat 180. And then there's another tangent graph until 360. You have to tengok sampai 360. It means the B is 2. Yeah, the B must be 2 because B is the number of cycle in 360 degree. Okay, and 2 pi, 360 degree means in radian is 2 pi. So dalam 2 pi berapa tangent graph? 2. So the B is 2. Okay, I think finish already. Yeah, that's all. Okay, what about number 2? Let's see. Number 2 says find the value of A given that the point pi 087 also lies on the graph. Okay, the equation they give us is what? Y equals A tangent bx plus c. So I'll write y equals A. Okay, the A I have to find later. But then the bx I already know is 2x and then plus 3, right? So in order to find the A, you need to have x and y, right? Because if you sub x and y, then you can find your A. But the x and y you have to sub with which point? Well, they just tell you, they mentioned in the soalan, they said the point pi 087 lies on the graph. It means this graph got passes through this point. And if got passes through this point means I can sub the x with pi 08 and then the y with 7, like this. Okay. And if I sub inside, I think I can find my A later. So the y would be 7 lah. And then A tangent 2x, which is 2 times pi 08 and then plus 3, right? So this will be 7A. Okay, pi 2 and 8 can cut, you left with pi over 4. So it becomes tangent pi over 4. But pi over 4 is in radian, right? Let's convert into degree. So how to convert to degree? You will times with 180 over pi, right? And then plus 3. And then potong, you're left with 7 equals A tangent 180 divide 4. Okay, let's press 45. Right, so you become 7 tangent 45 plus 3. Oh, I want to explain why I changed to degree. It's because when there's trigo in front, sine cos tan in front, you must make sure the angle is in degree. If you tekan tangent pi over 4, confirm the calculator will give you the wrong answer one. Like something weird one, and it will be wrong. You have to convert to degree. Kalau ada trigo in front. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Okay, what is 7 equals A? Okay, tangent 45 can cut jadi 1, right? Tangent 45 is 1. So A equals to 7 minus 3, which is 4. And that's the answer. Okay, so 4 marks for this. All right, it's quite easy actually. All right, tangent 45, you can press calculator also. Yeah, the calculator will give you 1 also. All right, so yep, that's all. Okay, finally, we are at the last question, final question. Let's finish it. Okay, soalan A, they ask us to, what they ask us to do, simplify the following expression. Okay, can I do up here? Okay, now never mind lah, I do it here lah. I'll just do it here. So soalan A, they want me to simplify this. Okay, if I'm you, I'll straight away just expand this. Okay, because can expand, right? So 1 times 4, that's gonna be 4. All right, and then 1 times negative 2 square root 3 will be minus 2 square root 3. Square root 3 times 4 is just gonna be 4 square root 3. and then square root 3 times this one. Okay, square root hanya boleh darab dengan square root. So the negative 2 nothing happen. Okay, but the square root 3 boleh darab dengan square root 3, it becomes 3. Okay, but I have to write bracket lah. Okay, square root 3 times square root 3 is 3. And then after you reach here, you will get 4, but negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. So what is 4 minus 6? Negative 2, right? And then negative 2 square root 3 plus 4 square root 2, that's just going to be 2 square root 3. And that's the answer, right? I repeat one more time. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And then negative 2 square root 3 plus 4 square root 3 is 2 square root 3. Because if I factorize out the square root 3 like this, you will end up with negative 2 plus 4. That's why you end up with 2 square root 3. Or you can also write square root 3 times 2. It's the same thing. Okay? So yeah, I think this is quite easy. Okay, if your basic is good, then it's like very, very easy on this question. Okay, last question. Let's finish it. B. The temperature of a solution in degrees Celsius after T minutes being cool is this. So this is the formula to find the temperature. 30 bracket 4/5 power T. All right. So temperature is in degrees Celsius, but the T is to masuk time in minutes. So this T is to masuk the time in minutes, right? After being cooled for how many minutes lah? So if let's say I want to know what is the temperature after being cooled for 7 minutes, then I just tekan 30 bracket 4/5 power 7. Then I will know the temperature after being cooled for 7 minutes. Macam tu lah. Okay, so number 1 asks you to find the initial temperature of the solution. It means the T is 0 lah. The initial, that means the original, the starting temperature. So to get the starting temperature, I'll use this formula, but the T I will just ganti 0. Okay, anything in this world, power 0 is 1. So that's just going to be 30 times 1, and it will be 30. Don't forget to write the unit. Okay, it will be in degrees Celsius, right? Okay, what about second question? Find the value of T when the temperature is 15.36. So you don't tell me you sub 15.36 inside the T. No, 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 no. T is for you to sub how many minutes. This is not the minutes, this is the temperature. So what you will do instead is you take the whole thing equals to 15.36, because this formula is to find temperature. If they say temperature is 15.36, means they will take the whole thing equals 15.36 and then cari T. And that's what the question wants, right? Find the T. So what you do now, okay, first pindah the 30 to the other side, becomes bahagi, divide. So let's press 15.36 divide 30. Okay, my calculator give me 0. Let's see, 64 over 125. 64 over 125, right? And then what you do next? You will try to check whether this number on the left side and this number on the right side, whether they can change to same base or not, right? You will check whether they can change to same base or not. If they can change to same base, then you change to same base. But if cannot, then you tambah log both sides, right? But actually can change to same base actually, because 4 4 over 5 power T, this 64 can actually change to base 4 also. Tapi you kena tengok atas dengan atas, bawah dengan bawah. Dia mesti atas dengan atas, bawah dengan bawah. So 64 can change to base 4 is 4 power 3. Okay, if you don't believe me, you can press 4 power 3 in your calculator. And 125 also can change to base 5. It's 5 power 3. Right? So we can write this a little bit differently, since both numbers power 3. So I can write bracket power 3 outside and then 4 over 5 like this. And now you can see the base inside same already. So if the base inside same, it means the power will be same also. So the T is equals to 3. And then sudah siap lah, right? But what if you tambah log both sides? Can also lah. You will get T equals 3 also. Okay. Okay. But if you tambah log both sides, you will tekan log this one, bahagi log this one. It means it will be log 64 125 divide log 4 or 5. Then you can find T. But believe me, you will get 3 also, right? But the correct way here is to not tambah log actually, because if you can change to same base, and if it means your answer will be like a nice answer, then you will not tambah log. Okay. Okay. Let's do the last question. Calculate after how many minutes, means find T lah. Find T. The temperature of the solution be less than 5 for the first time. So you cannot tell me you sub 5 inside the T. Cannot. Instead, you have to take the whole thing, 34 or 5 power T. This is the formula to find temperature, right? They say less than 5 for the first time. It means less than 5 like this. This is the correct way. And then later you have to find T. So now let's do 4 over 5. T lesser than 5 divide 30, which is going to be 1 over 6, right? And let me tell you, this one, confirm cannot tukar base. Yeah, because 4 dengan 1 is like 1, okay, 1 can change to 4 power 0, right? But 6 and 5 is like cannot change to same base. Dia bukan macam tadi. Macam tadi, 64 can change to base 4, 125 can change to base 5. Dia mesti atas dengan atas, bawah dengan bawah. But if you look at this one, 6 cannot change to base 5, and yeah, there's just no way. Okay, and if you tekan log this one, bahagi log this one, you will get ugly answer. That is why you know these two numbers cannot change to same base, right? So this must be an ugly answer. That's why you have to tambah log for this, right? And when you tambah log, you can use any base you want, right? You can put base 10, base 5, base E, base 6, any base, okay? But usually we use base 10, okay? So now I will write 4 or 5 here, and then the power can letak depan, and then the 1/6 is here. So now you can find your T, just press log 1/6, divide log 4 or 5. Okay, I'm going to press now log 10, 1/6 divide log base 10, 0.8. 4 or 5 means 0.8. Okay, my calculator give me 8.0296. So if I write in 4 significant figure, it's going to be 8.02030, like this. Okay. Okay, now I want to ask you. This one is smaller, smaller, smaller. So what I have to write here? Most of you will tell me smaller, but it's wrong. You have to write bigger here. You know why? Because when you divide by negative number, you have to flip this. You have to terbalikkan this symbol. Means smaller jadi bigger. Alright? Then maybe you ask me, hey sir, I didn't divide negative. I divide log 4 or 5. Okay, let me tell you, log 4 or 5 is negative answer. If you don't believe me, take out your calculator and tekan log 4 or 5 now. If you tekan log base 10, 0.8, ataupun 4 or 5, you will get negative 0 point something, right? It means this is actually a negative value. So that's why when you divide log 4 or 5, it means you are dividing by a negative value. That is why you have to terbalikkan the symbol, right? Okay, I want to explain to you how come I can know this one is negative, right? It's very simple because when we tekan log 0 point something, dia mesti akan jadi negative one. It doesn't matter 0 point what, right? You can try with any value you want, 0.1, 0.5, 0.678, 0.953. As long as it's log 0 point something, dia mesti keluar negative one. That's why I can determine so fast, I can know so fast that this one have to terbalik. Because I know 4 or 5 is 0.8. That's why when I log 0 point something, mesti at negative. That's why I have to terbalikkan the symbol, right? But actually, if you when you're doing in the exam, and if you are not confident, you are not sure, you can just press the calculator on the spot. Then you know already whether it's positive or negative, right? You just press this thing in the on how to say, on the spot lah. Just press this on the spot. Then you'll be more confident whether it's positive or negative already, right? You don't have to guess, right? You just press it during the exam. Okay, now they say calculate after how many minutes the temperature less than 5. 9 lah, 9 minutes. Okay, because the answer comes out is 8.03, right? Okay, some student, they will get confused. They will say something like, hey sir, this one is 0, so I don't have to plus 1. So it means it's 8 minutes. Cannot. Look at this symbol. It means the symbol must be bigger than this. It means I have to choose 9 minutes, right? It means when it's 8 minutes, it's still not the temperature is still not less than 5. It has to be 9 minutes. Okay, don't just look at this value, look at this symbol as well. Look at the bigger smaller symbol as well, because the bigger smaller will tell you what answer, right? So if I write 8 is not correct because 8 is not bigger than 8.03. 9 is bigger than 8.03, right? And another thing to take note here is if you forget to terbalikkan this standard, it will be wrong also, right? Because imagine if you write smaller here, then you write some other answer here, right? Then it's gonna be wrong already. Okay, so hope you understand my explanation. I am done with this paper. Okay, see you next video. Bye bye.